One of my strong beliefs in life is that you've got to get that bag by any means necessary. And if you don't want to be an overworked adult with crippling college debt and a caffeine addiction, you've got to get ahead of the game. My goal is to freeload enough risk-free money off the internet to buy a house, or more realistically, a studio apartment in bumfuck Missouri. I call this endeavor the Freeloader Challenge. In this video, I'll show you how I gathered $335 in Amazon gift cards, $75 in paper checks, $150 in Visa gift cards, $35 in PayPal payouts, and the big one, $710 in cryptocurrency. Altogether, this $1,005 addition brought my freeloader stash to just under $2,000. However, with the current crypto pullback, it's about $1,600 now, although I expect it to recover. I hope. I suck at crypto. Let's get started. This round, I leaned heavily into the promotions, clinical trials, focus groups, and surveys buckets. I also touched on the crypto bucket to a smaller extent. Let's start by talking about the focus groups bucket. By participating in focus groups over the past 2 months, I nabbed a grand total of $355. I was fortunate because my state of Virginia had a gubernatorial election, and in the weeks leading up to it, both parties were suddenly interested in every schmuck's opinion, including mine. The Democrats wanted to know how I felt about Donald Trump. I had to check the date to make sure I didn't get stuck back in 2020. Fortunately, they mailed me a $75 check for telling them it's time to move on from counter-Trump talking points. That was the last election, guys. Time marches on. The Republicans wanted feedback on slogans they were considering, and pretty much every one of them dunked hard on the Democrats. For rating a bunch of slogans on a scale from 1 to 10, they sent me a $100 Amazon gift card. The other 3 focus groups I found through userinterviews.com. One of which was a 1-hour Zoom interview with a company that wants feedback on a social media site that I'm not supposed to name. For that 1 hour, they gave me a $100 Amazon gift card. And I had an in-depth panel interview following a product test on paper towels. I got $50 for sharing my feedback, and I got to keep the free paper towels. The last focus group had me watch commercials about a soda company to see if it made me thirsty. It did not, because I'm a headstrong individual. But they sent me a $30 Amazon gift card. A few select participants also got a 12-pack of soda. I was not among them. I was devastated. Overall, I absolutely love focus groups as a source of freeloading money. I used to think L&E Research was the best site for this, but over the last couple of months, I've changed my mind. Userinterviews.com is absolutely the best focus group website. It's really easy to sign up, and you get tailored invitations straight to your email. 10 out of 10, this is a must-have for any aspiring freeloader. Next, let's jump into the clinical trials bucket. Some of you thought I was crazy for agreeing to contract malaria for $3,200 in the last episode. I have to admit, I agree. So I stepped back a little bit and did not attempt to contract diseases for compensation this round. However, I did participate in 3 other studies to receive a $100 Visa gift card and a $100 Amazon gift card. I was supposed to also receive a $10 card, but I have no idea what happened to it. I think I got stiffed. In the first trial, I got a Facebook ad for a company that wanted to try new allergy testing medication. I didn't think I have any allergies, but I clicked on it anyway because I wanted to get paid, and they also promised a comprehensive allergy screening. It turns out that I actually am mildly allergic to a bunch of weeds. Trash weed, dirt weed, skunk weed, stank weed. I wasn't allergic enough to participate in the study, but they gave me a $100 Visa gift card to fuck off. The next was likewise a Facebook ad, this time studying asthma. I don't have asthma, but I will click on pretty much any Facebook ad for a clinical trial to see what they need. Maybe they needed a control group. I was immediately disqualified from the study, but they still sent me a $100 Amazon gift card as though I completed the whole trial. I think that was just an error on their end, but I'm just here to freeload, so not my problem. And finally, I got an ad to sell my DNA to a university so they could test for alcoholism risk. I drank like a fish in college, but now it turns my stomach to even think about how I used to mix beer and liquor in the same cup so I could get drunk faster. So I know I'm not an alcoholic anymore. But I did the trial anyway, and sent a vial of unspecified body fluid to this university. And then they ghosted me. I don't think I ever got paid, and I really don't know what happened to my DNA sample. So my advice is don't do clinical trials managed by college students over Facebook. You run the risk that they take your DNA and then ghost you. Overall, I think clinical trials are well worth your time, although I'm still calibrating how to get the most out of it. Facebook ads are my go-to for finding trials, but you can also try Parexel.com if you live in Baltimore. Some of these trials pay like $10,000. Let's do the survey bucket next, since everyone should include this in their freeloading. There are hundreds of survey sites out there. Almost all of them completely suck. I had no luck with Angus Reid, Your Voice, Swagbucks, or Inbox Dollars. I've tried so many of them, but the ones that I find worth doing are Product Report Card and Add a Poll. Product Report Card is a website that pulls surveys from all over the internet and pays you out in Amazon gift cards. But better than that, a lot of these $0 surveys are pipelines into higher paying panels, like testing snacks or soap, for example. By doing a handful of surveys and joining these panels, I received $105 in Amazon cards, a $50 Visa card, and $16 to PayPal. The other resource is Add a Poll, a mobile app. Out of all the websites and apps that pay you to take surveys, none of them can beat Add a Poll. If you sign up and take some screening surveys, you'll get a list of surveys each day. I don't recommend spending your time on all of them, but if you do just the $1 plus surveys, it'll add up handsomely. I got $140 from Add a Poll this episode, but most of that was from referrals that do not count toward my total. I personally only collected $19 and some change from Add a Poll. The other $120 was from you guys, so thanks for helping me save for a high-end video camera. This also implies that Kamikaze Cash viewers have collectively pulled almost $2,300 from Add a Poll, so congratulations to the wider community of freeloaders. Overall, surveys are an essential spigot of money when you're getting started, and Product Report Card is a gateway drug to higher payouts. Add a Poll is the go-to when you need quick cash to fund participation in a promo. Let's talk about the promo bucket next, and my new favorite app. The amount of money you can get paid for using promoted products should not be underestimated. My number one new favorite resource for freeloading is freecash.com. I made an entire video on how to make money off this website, so I don't want to spend too much time on it here. I'll just post the link above. The gist of Freecash is that you play mobile games or download finance apps to get paid. I crushed about 40 hours of digital tabletop games to make a collective $300 in Bitcoin, and opened a bank account with Aspiration Bank for another $47, and opened a stash account for my wife for $78. I then took some of my focus group money and opened an eToro account through Freecash with an initial $200 deposit, and I got paid another $140, all of which I withdrew later. You can withdraw from Freecash to PayPal if you want to, but there's a 5% fee. You get paid in gift cards with no fee, but I didn't want any more gift cards. So I took the entire payout in Bitcoin, which totaled 0.0136 Bitcoin, which is a lot more than it sounds. With this crypto winter, that's about $570. And $570 for playing some games and opening some accounts that I just abandoned after I got paid is well worth my time. If you want to get in on this, check out my referral link in the description. One promo app that I didn't use much of this round but strongly recommend is CoinOut. On this app, you take pictures of receipts for about a nickel at a time. My mother watches my videos and insisted that I stop pulling receipts out of gas station trash cans for small change, so I haven't scanned as many receipts as I normally would. But this app is absolutely worth it, especially if you're homeless. You can also use CoinOut's promotion page to get paid for downloading some apps or making purchases through their portal. Rich Nickards from Discord showed me this app, so his referral is in the description. Promos in general are definitely a good way to nab some cash, and Freecash specifically is definitely worth a look. I think it'll fund most of my freeloader ambition, so I definitely recommend watching my video when I publish. Do not miss out on this app. And lastly, we've got the crypto bucket. I was lucky to come across the exchange Voyager after receiving a tip from Stonked Up on Discord. For a brief time, the Voyager crypto exchange was offering people a $100 sign-up bonus for opening an account with an initial deposit. I used more focus group money to fund it, and my account was immediately credited with an extra $100 of Bitcoin. I traded like shit and lost some of it, but I still have $12 in profit. So yes, I traded like complete shit and lost 88% of my bonus money. This is why I stick to stocks. That $100 sign-up bonus has since expired, but they still have a $25 sign-up bonus if you fund the account with $100. You can open an account, take the payout, and withdraw it in 48 hours, so I still think it's worth it. Voyager is really nothing special, but the $25 promo is nice when you're just getting started. If you're a real homie, you know where to find my referral. Referral money goes to the new camera. Second for crypto, Coinbase Earn is a program where you get paid a few dollars to watch videos on crypto each month. I previously thought I was banned from Coinbase Earn because I couldn't do any of their quizzes, which really upset me. But randomly and without explanation, I was suddenly able to start doing this again, and I earned $6 of various shitcoins on my account. I then logged into my wife's account to earn another $6. In total, we grabbed $12 of shitcoins together. Lastly, I'm using LedgerX.com to sell options on Ethereum. I funded this account with 0.1 ETH from the last episode and gained $32 by selling a covered call. I want to get a sign so I can flip this to Bitcoin and sell covered calls on that instead, and that'll make it a lot easier to track which 0.1 ETH in this pile is freeloader money versus my own personal money. I know that I'm missing out on a lot of these crypto opportunities, so I'm looking at helium mining for the next episode. I think this bucket will become a lot more lucrative once I figure it out. With all these buckets piled up, that gave me $400 in gift cards that I couldn't withdraw to my bank account and needed to liquidate. Subreddit r gift card exchange is a good way to liquidate gift cards since Amazon cards sell at about 95 to 98% of face value. Luckily, I made an arrangement with user Joe Blackwood. He agreed that he'll buy all my Amazon and Visa gift cards so long as I keep freeloading and bringing a consistent stream. We do the same dance every time. He offers me face value, I tell him we can do 95%, and then I total up the cards and charge him 93 or 94%. That's a little less than I could get on Reddit. But for having a reliable buyer that saves me time and frustration, it's totally worth the slippage. So I got $375 for $400 in gift cards. Thanks for what you do, Joe Blackwood. Now, how should I invest these gains? Some of it, like Voyager and Coinbase, will stay where it is. But I put $225 cash into the Aspiration account, which will be my cash account for this challenge. Depositing into Aspiration will also give me credits in an app called Long Game that lets you win real money. I'm going to assess if this is worth it, and maybe it'll become one of my weapons. The remaining $570 of Bitcoin is going from my Trust wallet over to Ledger X, where I will sell covered calls on it. The price here represents the premium on a full Bitcoin. I only have 1/100th of a Bitcoin, so I have to slice the premiums 2 decimal places. Bitcoin is really weak right now, so if I sell covered calls, I'm not going to get a whole lot of money at the $4,500 strike. Small potatoes, but coupled with my 0.1 ETH, this might give me $25 or so this month, and that premium will grow substantially when the crypto winter is over and momentum goes back to the top side. In summary, this puts my entire freeloaded stash at about $1,600. It could have been higher, but Bitcoin and Ethereum dumping made a dent in my profit. I'm probably about 2% of the way toward being able to buy a condo to start this fiefdom, but the snowball is rolling and we're well on our way. I hope you check out some of these resources for your own freeloader journey, and I'll catch you next time.